I, myself, am a time traveler.
Noah?
Noah and he
做不到不行。
Noah?
Hi, you might know me as Noah the Time Traveler. I've appeared on Paranormal Elite and Apex TV and many media outlets such as Daily Mail, Express, and ABC. You might not believe me, but I am actually from the year 2030 and I'm stuck in this time. So I'm here to answer a lot of questions that people have for me and a bunch of things about time travel as well. So I'm going to tell you guys a big story of my travel experiences to North Korea in 2030 and what happens to it. I will tell you guys that at the very end. How do time machines work? There are several time machines, right? The one I use is it's like this giant suit, right? And I go inside this underground dome, which is like in the middle of nowhere. You're not gonna be able to find it easily, right? And this huge surge of electricity basically pushes me through time, either forward in the future or in the past, and I arrive in the same dome, but in like a different year. And that's how I time travel. And I don't go by myself. I always have to go in a team. So I'm never going to be going by myself at all. What exactly was my mission that got me stuck in 2017? My mission was actually studying the cartel and a bunch of other stuff like after effects about them in Southern America. That was my mission. It's something you wouldn't expect. You would expect something so extreme. The most boring parts happen in time travel. You just study like stuff. There are sometimes where people study something as simple as like medicine, that just a simple Advil pill or something like that. There's no, it's always boring, right? I didn't see anything interesting about my work for the studying and like getting notes of the cartel.
Okay, are you altering the timeline in any way by disclosing such information about like Trump being president?
Yeah. Oh, basically, I'm not disclosing. I mean, I am disclosing all this, but I am not causing any paradoxes, right? The time machines are like built so paradoxes are unable to like happen unless of extreme circumstances. We're still building upon this so extreme paradoxes won't happen. Basically, me alerting the public won't do anything. It's like this really complicated stuff. It'll take me. I'm not even sure if I have the full like idea on it and everything, but there are like the engineers could probably go on it for like hours and hours and hours. But there's like so much things. Basically, this doesn't cause a paradox, but there could be paradoxes that could happen. If my younger self were to see me in the news, they would probably dismiss it and will never like think about it again, or they'll just like they'll probably forget it. They won't, or they'll think like they'll process it and like, oh, I'm a time traveler, but then they'll forget it as soon as they grow up because nothing will happen. They'll think, oh, it was just a childhood dream. How do you stop a paradox? That's one question people have a lot. Basically, there are like a giant group of engineers that work on this. I don't know what they specialize in, but they're specially designed in case a paradox happens, and they'll come and then they'll try to figure this out and they'll stop anything that basically caused it in the beginning, and they have like special like chips and a lot of other things that basically stop like it from happening as soon as they get rid of the threat that's causing the paradox. A paradox won't happen from them stopping the threat that's stopping the paradox. It's just a bunch of coding and a bunch of stuff. It's super complicated, and I couldn't get into this because I don't know the full detail of it. Well, the thing, I can't go back in time to, make wealth. First of all, I never remember lottery numbers. I don't think you remember any lottery numbers right now. And the second thing is like there's just like so much paradoxes that could happen from this, and that just kind of terrifies me. Me alerting the public does not cause the paradox, and I know that for sure because one hasn't happened yet. Some people think that there might be alternative timelines, but I'm not sure. Are there going to be aliens in the future? Yes, there will. I actually have seen alien races come to Earth. It's just only one, but they're just as smart as us. There's a common misconception that they're going to be smarter than us. They're just as smart as us, just as foolish as us, and they have ruined their planet as well. They came to us, and we've kind of talked about with them. But like the aliens that the government has been harboring for so long are way much more unintelligent than us, and they aren't even humanoid at all. So these aliens that we find right now are actually like so intelligent that the government has to tell everybody about them, and that such a giant race, such a giant amount of them come, that they have to announce it, and they finally do, and that's when humans finally have interactions with aliens. Well, they got here because they sent us radio signals and a bunch of other stuff. And as soon as they got from to Earth, they came in these spherical objects. But as soon as they went down to the Earth, they stopped right away. We basically interacted with them. They don't communicate telepathically or anything. They just talk like normal people. They have really good ways of basically imitating vocal cords and being able to speak our language a little. But President Donald Trump actually met with one, but there was never a recording of it. He actually met with them in private. So, and it was announced like a couple months after he did so. And he was just, he was just talking with them to see what they were like. How do aliens look like? Basically, they look like us humans. They vary in height. They could be smaller than us, taller than us. They have regular pupils like us, right around them, their eyes and everything. They are kind of like, they do have bigger brains, so their heads are kind of bigger. They are kind of more muscular a little, so they have and they have muscles all around their body where humans don't. So they might have like a muscle popping out like one right here, one right there, and they're really hard to describe. Their skin color is it depends on what they are. Sometimes they have gray skin, sometimes they have kind of transparent grayish skin. It's hard to describe. They are intelligent in space travel, but other stuff we are smarter than them at. Where did they land? Some of them landed in Antarctica, Northern Asia, basically Russia, and some in the ocean. You can obviously tell what happened to the ones that landed in the ocean. They perished, but basically we were able to get over to them and transport them. Some actually made colonies in Antarctica until we discovered them later. They didn't know what happened and where they were, and basically these spacecrafts that they came in only work once. They break as soon as they travel that long distance. Is China still communist? No, they become a democracy in the future. It is due to they feeling it's more of a business decision for the country, and they feel like it is better. And because of that, they even stopped becoming allies with North Korea, which kind of led towards the next war. It wasn't a World War III, it was just the next war. Now, the big question, what happens to North Korea? North Korea is basically becoming a huge threat to us. And I have a story about me being in North Korea, in 2030. I was there studying with a bunch of other people. We were basically just getting notes. But the thing is, we're in the war part of it, where there was two sides fighting. It was basically a bunch of countries. I'm only gonna say 3 of them because I don't want to cause any paradox. United States, Japan, and South Korea. But basically, they were fighting. And I was in the middle of a war-torn part of it, and it's super violent. There are constantly gunfirings, constantly rebels just running across, killing each other. So it was really hard for me not to get into the middle of that. But I was just trying to take notes, and basically, while the fight was happening, North Korea got a little victory, and they got the land that I was staying in. So they immediately arrested me hours after that happened, and I was sent into a camp. The reason why I didn't talk about the story for a long time was because I was only there for 2 days. Until someone got the land back, a country, and we basically were able to be set free. And it was just a really terrible thing. We were basically being tortured, not painfully, but we were starved for a little, and we were able to get out, which was really happy. And I was able to get out of there because obviously the time machine that I travel in was back in America, and it's not. No, I don't have it customly with me or anything, so I can't go back or anywhere, so I was just stuck in North Korea. But luckily, I was able to get out. North Korea is defeated after a while, and it becomes Korea. Basically, people still call it North Korea and South Korea, just like the United States. People say the North and the South. But there was a lot of rebels in the North as soon as Korea was made, because they didn't want basically any a capitalist society. They wanted communism. But eventually, they slowly stopped. They're slowly stopped being more rebels, and basically it's just a capitalist country, and everyone's I guess happy there. There's a new leader, and it was just all good. Kim Jong-un was actually dealt with. I'm not gonna say how, but he was. What's my future gonna be like? This is my last video. I might be able to do some interviews after this and a lot of other stuff, but this is my last video. I am going away for a while, for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna say what's happening, but it's because it's like a bunch of other stuff, but this is really important to me, and I have to go. I am trying to do this really urgently, but this, like, I've been called for something in a rush, and I'm gonna be going. Thank you guys so much. This is my last video as Noah the Time Traveler. Stay tuned. It's been nice, man. I'm sorry, man. I have to go. It's been nice, but I have to leave in a couple weeks. I have to do something that is like really dear to me. So thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for broadcasting my story. I really appreciate Apex TV. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Subscribe to Apex TV and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming video of a man claiming to have an actual time machine. He's gonna actually show it on video. You're not gonna want to miss it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.